Have you ever contemplated why a diamond, even in the rough, holds such value? In the vast canvas of nature, it stands unparalleled, its beauty unrivaled, its magnificence unmatched. The light that illuminates from its core, the durability it symbolizes, and its rarity are factors that contribute to its high regard. It's truly intriguing, is it not? This seemingly simple stone, yet so precious, so sought after. Just consider its journey from being a piece of carbon to becoming a diamond. Immense pressure and heat, transforming itself into this ethereal beauty. So what makes it so valuable? Is it the physical attributes it possesses? Or is it because it knows its worth, despite being found in the most unlikely and harsh environments? It never doubts its own value, it shines regardless of its surroundings. This introspective thought leads us to a profound realization about our own existence as well. We, as humans, we all have our unique journeys and trials. We all face adversities and challenges, but it's how we perceive ourselves that truly matters. We must understand our worth, our capabilities, our potential. When we acknowledge our own inherent value, our self-esteem, our confidence, and our self-worth. And when we do so, it's fascinating to observe how the world around us changes. It starts to reflect our self-belief, it starts to respect our self-worth. Just like the diamond, our value is not diminished by our circumstances, but rather it's amplified by our self-belief. The same principle applies to us humans. When we value ourselves, the world around us reciprocates that esteem. Consider the story of Emma, a young woman who once believed she was worth as much as a speck of dust. Every day she woke up and dove into life with a heart enveloped by shadows of self-doubt. Emma was a fading silhouette in the eyes of the world, a mere echo of a vibrant spirit subdued by her own perception of self-worth. Despite her intelligence and hard work, she felt herself sinking into an ocean, an abyss of obscurity, overlooked and disregarded. Her efforts went unnoticed, her talents brushed under the carpet of indifference. The world didn't dismiss Emma, but she felt dismissed because of how she herself. People barely acknowledged her, treating her like an afterthought, underappreciated and undervalued. It wasn't because she was insignificant, it was because she felt she was. A self-imposed invisibility cloak hung over her, a veil only she could lift but chose not to. Emma watched as life flew by her, as opportunities slipped through her fingers like grains of sand. Her interactions with others remained superficial. Her conversations skimmed the surface, never delving deep. The connections she could have forged, the relationships she could have nurtured, all remained untapped possibilities. The dreams she held in her heart, the aspirations she yearned for, were nothing but whispers in the wind to her, silent murmurs that echoed in the hollows of her soul, never loud enough to spur her into action. Opportunities passed her by, friendships remained superficial, and her dreams were mere whispers in the wind. Then something happened. Emma, once a self-doubting individual, went through a transformational upheaval in her perception of herself. This shift didn't occur overnight, but was a gradual process born out of constant introspection, deep conversations, and a series of life-altering experiences. In her solitude, Emma began to see herself not as a mere reflection of societal expectations or as some of her worldly possessions, but as a unique entity with her own identity. This new perspective of herself was not dependent on any external validation. It wasn't about what she owned, she failed to achieve, or what others thought of her. Emma started to value herself for who she fundamentally was, an individual with unique strengths and weaknesses, virtues and flaws, dreams and fears. This newfound self-worth was like a mirror that showcased her true essence. It wasn't long before Emma discovered that as her self-worth grew, the world seemed to respond in kind. It was as if her internal transformation had somehow radiated outwards, causing a ripple effect. The universe, it seemed, was acknowledging her worth. Gradually, doors that were previously closed began to open. Opportunities, both personal and professional, began to present themselves. Relationships she had always found challenging began to deepen, fueled by her newfound self-assuredness. Dreams, which once seemed distant and unattainable, now stood vivid and vibrant, echoing in her ears, urging her to reach for them. Emma's story serves as a poignant reminder of the transformative power of self-esteem. The significance of self-esteem cannot be understated. It is the bedrock of our mental and emotional stability. It shapes and determines the way we perceive ourselves and our place in the world. It is also the compass that guides our actions, decisions, and reactions. It is the lighthouse guiding us through life's stormy waters, the anchor that keeps us grounded during tumultuous times, the wings that allow us to soar to new heights when the winds of adversity blow in our favor. We cannot overestimate the role self-esteem plays in our overall well-being. It underpins our relationships, gives our lives meaning, fuels our ambition. In times of trouble, it is our self-esteem that safeguards our inner peace. It is the shield that defends us from negative influences, the fortress that protects our spirit, and the blanket that enfolds us with a sense of security. Self-esteem determines how we navigate life's challenges. It is that propels us forward, the drive that pushes us to stand tall, the power that enables us to overcome obstacles. It defines how we celebrate our victories, letting us relish the joy of success, the ecstasy of triumph, and the satisfaction of achievement. Similarly, it decides how we learn from our failures, turning the sting of defeat into a lesson of resilience, the agony of loss into an opportunity for growth, and the disappointment of setback into a motivation for improvement. When we hold ourselves high esteem, we invite the world to see us as we see ourselves. We emit an aura of confidence that inspires trust in others. We become magnets that attract good things and opportunities into our lives. We shine, we sparkle, we radiate, just like a diamond, recognized for its worth, even in the roughest of circumstances. So, how does one improve self-esteem? The answer is as profound as it is simple, and the journey begins within. We must initiate this venture by understanding that the true essence of our worth is not determined by external factors, but rather it begins from our core. We must recognize and embrace our inherent worth. This worth is unique to each one of us. It is not a comparison, it's not a competition, it's not about one being superior or inferior to another. We are valuable not because of our achievements, possessions, or appearances. These are all transient, external factors that can come and go with time. Our true value lies in our individuality, our unique perspectives, our distinct experiences that mold us, and our ability to contribute to the world in our own special ways. Our value is rooted in our authenticity, in being true to ourselves. We are each a unique marvel, a one-of-a-kind. Our second step involves challenging and changing our self-perceptions. This requires a brave and honest introspection of our thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs about ourselves. We need to identify those negative thoughts that pull us down and replace them with positive ones. Replace self-deprecating thoughts with affirmations of strength, resilience, and potential. This process is not about denial or suppression, it's about honestly acknowledging our weaknesses but choosing to focus on our strengths. It's about telling ourselves that yes, we have flaws, but we also have immense potential. We have within us the ability to overcome and grow, to become the best version of ourselves. We are stronger than our mistakes, more resilient than our failures, and we have an ocean of untapped potential within us. Thirdly, we must practice self-compassion. This is about being kind to ourselves, treating ourselves with the same compassion and understanding that we would extend to a dear friend. It's about forgiving ourselves for our mistakes and failures and understanding that they are not indicative of our worth. They are merely stepping stones on our path to growth and self-improvement. It's about acknowledging that we are human beings, capable of making mistakes, but also capable of learning, growing, and improving from them. Lastly, we need to be proactive in surrounding ourselves with positivity. This is an essential step in nurturing our self-esteem. Engage in activities that bring joy, spend time with people who uplift us, and create an environment that fosters growth and self-love. Positive environments and influences help to reinforce our self-worth, motivate us towards self-improvement, and support us on our journey of self-acceptance. Remember, the value we place on ourselves sets the tone for how the world values us. This is a fundamental principle of life. The way you perceive yourself, your abilities, your worth, it all shapes the way people around you perceive you, and most importantly, the way you perceive the world. Just like a diamond, the value we hold is not set by the market, but rather by the qualities we possess. A diamond, after all, doesn't know its value, yet it shines just as brightly regardless. Its worth is innate and unchanging, unaffected by the fluctuations of the market or the changing whims of fashion. The same applies to us as individuals. Our worth lies not in how others see us, but how we see ourselves. Our self-esteem, our confidence, our belief in our own capabilities, these are the things that define our worth and make us truly priceless. So do not let others determine your worth. It is not the praise or criticism of others that defines you, but your own perception of yourself. So hold your head high, value yourself, and watch as the world mirrors your self-esteem. To conclude, self-esteem is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Self-esteem is the primary principle of your mental, emotional, and psychological well-being. It serves as the foundation of self-respect, self-worth, and self-confidence. It's like a mirror that reflects innermost thoughts and feelings, and it shapes our perception of ourselves and our place in the world. Self-esteem is not just about feeling good about ourselves. It's about recognizing our value and our worth. It's about acknowledging our strengths and accepting our weaknesses. It's about setting healthy boundaries and maintaining our self-respect. It's about taking for our actions and making positive changes in our lives. A fulfilling life is one that is rich with potential, where we embrace who we are and strive to be the best we can be. We are all diamonds, unique and precious in our own way, ready to shine brightly and illuminate the world around us. But first, we must believe in our own worth, because when we respect and value who we are, we inspire others to do the same. So, go forth and shine like the diamond you are, because when you value yourself, the world will surely recognize your worth.